It seems autumn arrived so suddenly in my corner of the world, brought in by heavy rains, ink skies, and chilling wind that ruthlessly sweeps through my hair. It seems yesterday I was still walking barefoot on warm, soft grass, picking wildflowers on a hill. And today, all I want is to stay cozy, listen to the rain droplets patter on the window, and drink hot coffee, warm and snugly under a blanket after a moody autumn walk. While I love autumn with my whole heart, I must admit that I too struggle with the yearly seasonal depression and melancholy thoughts that come at the turn of seasons. Now, more than ever, I crave comfort and peace, which I believe first and foremost starts with a clear and calm mind. It starts from intention in every action, from paying attention, truly, really noticing and seeing and experiencing the beauty of the world around you. In this fast-paced world where change seems constant and life sometimes feels like it's passing us by, taking intentional time to slow down and appreciate the beauty of the changing seasons becomes its own form of meditation. And this is what today's video is about. A few tiny ways how you can stay present in the most ordinary moments this autumn. A few little ways to live seasonally on darker, gloomier days.
Welcome to this short exercise to help you engage your senses as you prepare a coffee. It's quite rare that we take the time to truly appreciate the textures, the aromas and flavors of this process.
Is it even autumn if you don't make yourself a daily cozy drink? I am making a coffee as that's what I love the most. But you can make tea or hot chocolate or the fabled pumpkin spice latte, which I am yet to try. Yes, as an autumn lover, I confess, I never tried a pumpkin spice latte. One thing we seem to overlook so often is that life isn't in the grand big events and achievements. Sometimes having a warm drink on a cold day is enough to bring comfort and peace. Life is in every single moment indeed, in textures, smells, sights of most ordinary mundane things. It's in the way you make coffee in the morning, how most of the time we prepare it in a rush, gulp it down quickly in a hurry to start and embrace the day. Or you can find a moment to slow down, make a decision. What kind of coffee do I want today? What taste or texture do I fancy at this particular moment? Do I want the cozy, smooth, warming, milky sweetness? Or do I want a sharp, bitter wake-up from the black pour-over? Carefully measure and grind the beans, smell the warmth of an espresso. Put effort into making a silky smooth milk foam. Living seasonally is about embracing the moment without any distractions. And this is the first step to slowing down your pace and paying attention. Hi friends! Today, as I'm cozying up here on a rainy day, I wanted to share a few ways how you can slow down and create a cozier life for yourself when the outside gets gloomy and dark. I struggle pretty badly with seasonal affective disorder, and at times like this, I think sitting down quietly with yourself or meditating for 3 minutes in a day can already bring that state of peace and calm into your mind. I wanted to introduce you to Headspace today, as this is something that I've been using for over a decade at various moments of change in my own life. This is truly something that I've been using and I can stand behind. I first started meditating as a 20-something-year-old, burnt out, still living in the city, seeking clarity and comfort in my own mind, but not having the tools to help regulate myself, breathe, and stay calm. When I first quietly sat down with myself, it felt like all of those feelings, thoughts, and emotions did nothing but flood my overwhelmed mind even more. This is where having someone guide you through the process can be extremely helpful. And at the time, Headspace was that guiding voice that helped me calm my busy mind. Right now, as many of you know, I am going through yet another very big change in my life. So finding that inner peace and staying calm in this transition is more important than ever. What I love about Headspace is that you don't necessarily need to sit in a room in order to use the app, nor do you have to spend an overwhelming amount of time on it. For someone who's trying to reduce the screen time as much as possible, this is very, very helpful. You can have a session that only lasts 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever helps you stay more consistent with it. There are many scenarios where you can use your guide to a calmer and more focused existence, from making coffee in the morning to taking a walk in nature or city, or simply sitting down, meditating, breathing, or even falling asleep. It is really versatile and I simply cannot recommend it enough. So if you need help and guidance towards a calmer and more peaceful mind, or help with breathwork and meditation, you can use the link below to access your 60-day free trial with Headspace. Right, let's go back and explore even more ways how to stay present and live seasonally this autumn. I do love to romanticize the gloomy days sometimes. I take it as a seasonal activity as well. There are places like Oxford, which becomes simply magical when it's raining and cloudy outside. I know most of us tend to stay within our own four walls as the weather turns, becoming a little too isolated, a little too sad. Which is why, if you can, take yourself out for a walk on a grey day, Imagine yourself a character in a book, a magical or gothic sort of novel. Sometimes we focus too much on the certain outcome or scenario in order to enjoy life. We wait for a rainy cloud to pass, for a better opportunity to come, for the sunshine to suddenly appear. But I think instead of waiting, we have to go and look with eyes wide open, yawning to notice the beauty even when it seems like everything around has turned a little too bleak. On days like this, I like visiting historic cities, towns, or villages in the rain. Search for hidden details and ornaments in historic architecture. Explore locations of favorite movies or spend some time exploring museums and bookshops. Or simply go to a local cafe. Order a hot drink with a sweet treat, of course, sit by the window with a book or quietly observe the passers-by. I wonder, what sort of lives are they all living? The sun came out suddenly right after the rain, for a very brief moment, making the start of autumn so colorful once again. I picked up fresh garden flowers from a little village honesty stall on my way back home. Dahlias are my favorite seasonal flowers I look forward to each year. Coincidentally, they symbolize inner strength and positive transformation, which is a lovely symbol for the start of autumn indeed. But of course, perhaps the greatest way to live seasonally is to introduce more and more warming autumnal flavors into your diet. Apples, pumpkins, all sorts of squashes, cinnamon, spices become a warming staple this season and something to really be excited about as the weather turns. Honestly, I believe a hearty warm pumpkin soup is the cure for any seasonal affective disorder and such a comfort for the soul. To me, cooking, baking, coming up with recipes is yet another form of meditation. I love the act of picking ingredients, imagining flavors, their combinations, perhaps trying something new or even risky at times. Touching raw foods with my bare hands, focusing my mind on nothing but the process of preparation. The taste, the smell, the sight of a warm cooked meal. It's so simple, so ordinary, so mundane. But sometimes I like to put a little extra effort into making it feel magical. It's also yet another way to stay present and creative when you learn what's seasonal, when you get to understand what's local, what's available at its prime only now for a short period of time. Of course, we have such variety and availability of produce at any grocery store, but seasonal living and mindful cooking is about learning where these ingredients have come from and appreciating their flavors at their prime. And the last seasonal activity I want to talk about today is, of course, spending some time in nature. Right now is the most perfect season for forest bathing, a concept I talked about before in one of my autumn videos, but I would like to bring it up again. Forest bathing is a concept that came from Japan, Shinrin-yoku in Japanese. It's a practice of immersing yourself in the forest, focusing on sensory experiences to reduce stress and improve health and mental well-being. I like to sit quietly in the woods for a brief moment, absorb the environment around me, before embarking on a journey of exploration. Forest bathing can boost your mood, improve heart health, and even strengthen your immune system by promoting the release of beneficial chemicals called phytoncides that get released by trees. You don't have to focus on strenuous activities or making a certain amount of steps in a day, but simply immerse yourself in nature's smells, sounds, textures. I love to touch the mossy floors, hug trees and take it as a sport to find signs of autumn in the woods. I know, hugging trees might sound a little funny for some, but trees carry energy, the positive kind, and at the moment of overwhelm I found them to be a peaceful solace. Trees are grounded and they stood here way before us. I wonder how many living beings walked past and made their homes on these trees. Oh, and they are also a wonderful way to shelter yourself from both the harsh summer sun or the drizzling autumn rain. There are so many ways to immerse yourself in this season. Stay calm and present through intention. I hope you find an activity that makes you feel your best. Thank you for spending your time here with me again. I will see you soon.